Come to find out, when she got there, she was Clayton County Police. And instead of her taking her phone, she told me to get down on the ground, and she arrested me.
Well, I'm gonna ask some tough questions, right?
Okay.
Were you really trying to be slick and take the phone?
No, I have. He ended up dating his mom's friend for 4 years.
Wait, his mom's friend?
His mom's friend.
Was she the same age as, like, was she around the same age as his mom?
She was like 48.
So she was like a cougar?
Cougar.
Wait, so, and that was after he got out?
She was a cougar. When he got out, he started dating her because she was living in her household. She was living there when I was living there. And
what's up, YouTube? I want to once again thank everybody who comes up to me in the street and shows me real love. Y'all don't even know. It keeps me thankful. It keeps my tank full. Now back to the content. What's up, YouTube? Atlanta Street Interviews out here with another one.
What's up, YouTube?
So we got a young lady with us today. How you doing today, miss?
I'm doing very well today.
Okay. And so, are you homeless?
I am homeless.
Okay, and so how old are you?
I'm 34 years old.
34? You look good.
Thank you.
And so, how long have you been in this homeless situation?
I've been in a homeless situation for a year now.
A year?
All year, yes.
And so, what happened a year ago that caused you to become homeless?
I was evicted out of my home. Got into a brawl in my apartment complex with some women. I did not start it. They started it. I was hauled off of the property through APD.
Woo.
And I was taken to jail for 6 months. I was done 6 additional months on house arrest. I was told to leave my mother's house after the house arrest. I went up to the airport for shelter.
So let's slow down. So, okay, so a year ago you was in your own apartment.
A year ago I was in my own apartment. 2 years ago I was in my own apartment.
Okay, right, because the year in jail. Okay.
Yes.
So 2 years ago you was in your own apartment. Was this through a program or something? Was this just
you just Families First program agency. They paid my rent. They sponsored my rent. My rent was $1,049.89. It went up every year. Families First agency program paid for my rent.
Okay.
After the agency ended, I became homeless.
Okay, because I thought you said it ended once the brawl happened.
Yes, I guess they discharged me from the program.
Okay, right. I get it. So, how long was you there before you got into that brawl?
I was there for 2 years.
2 years?
Yes, sir.
And how did the brawl happen?
Well, they kidnapped my son on the premises. I went outside to look for him, and they hit me.
Who was they?
A lady.
So some neighbors, basically?
Some neighbors. She had my son, and I told her to give me my child.
Was this someone that you knew already?
Yes, it was somebody that I considered family.
Okay, so did you ask them to watch your son or whatever at first?
I did not. My son went outside to play, and he came back with his pants off, and his shoes off, and I politely.
How old was he at the time?
He was 3 years old. He's 5 years old now. His name is Amonte James. Okay. My name is Carrie James, and the fight broke out, and instead of them saying they hit me first, they told the cops that I hit them first.
But wasn't it your word against hers?
It was my word against 3 people that tried to jump on me. I fought them. They did not win.
3 people
I fought them off me, yes. And I went to jail.
Were you the only one that went to jail?
I was the only one that went to jail.
Ooh, okay. So that happened, and you end up, you got 6 months, you say you spent 6 months in jail.
I spent 6 months in Fulton County.
And then ended up doing another 6 months?
And then I end up this year doing another 6 months in Clayton County. I just got out
September 26th. Okay, so those are 2 separate.
2 separate occasions.
Okay, got you.
And I just got out September 26th. I've been homeless since September 26th this year.
Okay, I understand. So, when you got out the first time, you went to your mom's house?
When I got out the first time, I went to my mother's house. When I got out this time, I came downtown. And
so, why'd you end up getting, I guess, removed from your mom's house or whatever?
It was just a 6 month stay. It was a 6 month stay, and she was ready for me to get a job. I couldn't get a job immediately, so it was time for me to go.
Okay, I get it. So we might tap back into that. Okay.
Yeah.
And so is the one child, is that the only child you have?
I have 3 children.
Okay.
I have 2 daughters, Amir and Amani. They live with their father out in Clayton County.
Okay. How old is the oldest?
15 years old.
Okay. How old is the middle one?
14.
Okay. So they're back to back.
They're back to back.
That's with the same guy, right?
That's with the same guy.
Okay. So
and he takes care of them.
Yeah. That's how old my kids are. Well, my 13 is about to be 14.
Oh, congratulations.
Yeah. So I've got 2 daughters, 15 and 14. Well, 15 and 13 right now. Anyway.
Yeah, congratulations.
All right. So, yeah, no doubt. So, okay, so that's how you got into this situation. Basically, now what did you end up going to do the 6 months in Clayco for?
Well, it was my daughter's graduation, my little baby graduation, who just turned 14.
From middle school?
From middle school. Mm-hmm. She was graduating 8th grade. I picked up 2 iPhones off of the table trying to sign her name on a piece of paper. So people text the phone saying they were coming up there to get their phone. They left it. Come to find out, when she got there, she was Clayton County Police. And instead of her taking her phone, she told me to get down on the ground. And she arrested me.
Well, I'm going to ask some tough questions, right? Okay. Were you really trying to be slick and take the phone?
No, I have my own phone. I have my own phone. And
I get it.
My bill is paid for 12 months. I didn't need her phones.
Right.
I was holding for her to come pick them up. Instead of her, she was catfishing me. Instead of her saying I'm AP, instead of her saying she was Clayton County at the time when she was texting me, she waited till she got up there to arrest me.
Well, what was the conversation when y'all was texting?
The conversation was, I'm on my way up here to get my phone. And I said, okay, I'm in the middle section.
Now, something you ain't telling us something. It's got to be something. It's got to be something you're not telling us, cause
it was 2 phones, and she was texting one of them, and she was saying she's coming to get her phone. All I did was stood out with her phones in my hand so that she'll know who I am.
Right.
She knew who I was when she pulled up, but I didn't know that she was going to be in a Clayton County uniform.
Right.
I thought she was a regular girl in the auditorium.
Was you like trying to like get her to give you some money for it or something?
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not.
So why didn't she just see that as you just?
I asked her. I said, "Could you just see it for what it is?" She's like, "No."
Huh. Okay. So all right. So that's what happened, and you ended up doing 6 months.
So I told her just go ahead and take me to jail because I didn't want to ruin my daughter's graduation with her seeing me being arrested.
And that happened at the graduation.
That happened at the graduation.
Ooh, wee. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. So let's talk. And by the way, how long have your daughters lived, with, your ex or whatever? Since they was how old?
Since they were pretty much born, we've been living together. And I ended up moving out because he went to prison. He was staying with his mother. He lived with his mom.
Okay. So y'all all lived at
we all lived
mom's
there with
house,
our
basically?
children.
Okay.
Yes.
And so how old were the girls when he went to prison?
They were 2 and 3.
Okay.
And I went and got my own apartment. They was living with me.
Right.
And I had a 3-bedroom. And then when he got out of prison, he's like, let them come and live with me. He went and got his legitimization rights.
How long did he do in prison?
He did 2 years.
Okay. Y'all didn't stay together?
We didn't live together at that moment. We were living together before he
Well, right. But I mean, like, while he was in prison, y'all didn't stay together?
While he was in prison, I lived in my own apartment.
Well, I understand that. But were y'all still considered to be together by you?
Yes.
Or, like, in other words, still in a relationship?
Yes. When he got out, we were still in a relationship.
Okay. So... Okay,
he ended up dating his mom's friend for 4 years.
Wait, his mom's friend?
His mom's friend.
Was she the same age as, was she around the same age as his mom?
She was like 48.
So she was like a cougar?
Cougar.
Wait, so, and that was after he got out?
She was a cougar. When he got out, he started dating her because she was living in her household. She was living there when I was living there. And my daughter was calling her Auntie Ticia. And when she got out, when he got out, she was stepmama.
So wait, hold on. She was there.
So he left me for 4 years, and I was celibate and single for 4 years by myself. And I just became celibate and single, and I dated no one. And now I'm out here because I don't have a spouse. I don't want to date anyone.
Oof.
So I'm alone.
Tell you, man. Hey, listen, Kevin Samuel said it. Winter is coming. Winter is coming, man. It's tough out here by yourself. It's tough out here by yourself. But so, do you think that your ex was messing around with your mom's friend before he went to
No, he didn't know of her. He didn't know of her. We were together.
So this was, he didn't know of her? What do you mean?
She didn't exist at that time. I don't know. I think.
So when did she start living with your mom or whatever?
She started living with her when
your,
he went to prison.
mom-in-law.
Probably like 5 months after he was in. No, probably like a year and 5 months after.
Okay, so y'all was living together. You, her, and everybody. And so when he came out, was he with you at first and then ended up with her?
Yes.
How did you find out?
Through Facebook. And
you were living there, right?
Well, I had my own. I was living there, but she ended up evicting me. She evicted me for $75 light bill. She wanted $75 from me.
All right, now your story got a lot of people doing stuff to you. I'm not hearing what you're doing to people.
Nothing.
Absolutely. That's nothing. Generally not how it works. Okay.
Wow.
All right,
I know
so
it's a sad story because
let's do this. Let's just start from the beginning. So, where are you from?
I'm from Atlanta, Georgia, originally.
Hey, man, shout out Atlanta, man.
Shout out to Atlanta.
Shout out.
East Atlanta.
Okay, so hold on. Let me make sure we was good just this whole. All right, I just had to make sure we was good. But okay, so you from the A-Town, but you say you from everywhere.
I'm from everywhere.
Cause you said East Atlanta.
East Atlanta, Decatur.
Then you said Bankhead.
Lucille, Cascade Road.
Okay.
College Park.
You from Southwest,
City,
West Side,
Riverdale,
East Side,
County.
Clayco.
I'm
Okay.
from North, South, East,
Hey, you
and
from
West.
all over this thing,
That's
man.
right.
Shout it out, man.
Shout it out.
Shout out the
Georgia.
whole city,
Shout
man.
out to Georgia.
Yes, sir. We love it, man. All right. So growing up here, did you have both mom and dad in the household?
Actually, I only had my mother in the household. My dad used to come pick me up on the weekends.
Was he like active and present?
He was active and present.
Okay. And so growing up, brothers and sisters?
Brothers and sisters.
How
I'm
many?
the baby. I
You
have
the baby?
11 siblings.
11? How many of them that you grew up
in?
in the house with?
5.
Okay. And so you was the baby out of
I
all
was the
them?
baby out of my
I'm
mom and
starting
my
to
dad.
understand some of this stuff now.
Yeah, I'm the
You was
baby.
the baby.
I was the baby.
So that means no accountability.
No accountability.
All right,
And
so
see,
we gonna talk about
when
it.
I was in my 20s, I used to work right here at this underground Atlanta mall as a makeup artist.
Yeah.
Professional makeup artist. Also, I worked at South DeKalb Mall in Decatur as a professional makeup artist.
yeah.
I
I
also
had,
worked at Greenbrier Mall as a professional makeup artist.
Okay, so you're doing
All
your makeup
those
thing.
jobs went bankrupt. The underground shut down. My job in the South DeKalb Mall shut down. So they kind of left me unemployed. That's kind of
They
where
still
that's
got
kind
a
of
they
where
still got a makeup thing in South DeKalb.
they do, but her name is Bree Ashley.
So it's a different person.
It's a different
basically.
person.
Okay.
She was willing to hire all the exotic eyes girls that got, lost their jobs and
Right.
were unemployed. That's how it also started when my job went bankrupt.
Yeah. You lose that income, it goes
The
bad.
income went away.
So real quick though, I want to go back real quick to childhood. So okay, you was the baby.
I was the baby.
And so growing up, just kind of everywhere. Would you say that you had like a fairly normal childhood?
I had a fairly normal childhood. I had large Christmases where my mom would buy us roller blades, bicycles all at the same time, easy bake ovens, karaoke machines, outfits, clothes. We would go over to our family members' houses and homes, and they would drink their wines and we would play with their kids.
Okay, so you like ended
My
up
mom
like
used to throw big parties at her house. Look at them girls with the Daily Deuce on, back then.
Right, they was lit.
DJ Taz, shout it, swing my way, all that good stuff. All that
So
good
you know about
music.
all the old school
Yeah.
hip hop music. I ain't mad at it.
Oh yeah.
Okay, what up? All right, so you end up like going to high school, stuff like that?
I actually ended up going to high school in Fairburn, Georgia.
Right, but
when
you
we
went
moved to Union City.
Okay, and so did you graduate?
I did graduate college.
Okay, graduate.
I graduated high school and college.
And college? What
Yes.
college? Like a trade school?
Atlanta
or?
Metropolitan.
Okay, shout out Atlanta Metro.
Atlanta
man.
Metropolitan.
Okay, cool,
Caps
cool.
up in the air. I went for business, information technology, and office administration. I'm an office
Okay.
administration diplomat.
Okay. So, as far as childhood goes, I'm gonna go ahead and ask, right?
Sure.
Did anything like traumatic happen during childhood, like any type of sexual assault or anything like that?
Absolutely not.
Okay, so you had nothing like that go on.
No.
So, we graduated from Atlanta Metro, and so you say 34, right?
I'm 34.
So it sounds like right around the time you was in college, you had your first kid, like maybe your
Actually,
freshman
I had
year.
my first daughter when I was 18 years old.
18?
I had my
Okay.
second daughter when I was 19.
Okay, and so you were still in high school then, or you had graduated by then?
I did not graduate high school at that time. I dropped out. I dropped out of high school. I actually withdrew and transferred to Faith Academy in Stockbridge, where I was
Okay.
paying for my classes. I had just had a close death in the family at that time. My father had passed away when I was 17.
Oh man, I'm sorry to hear about that.
Yeah, so I was struggling with mathematics.
Okay.
And so I had to go through a lot of
Extensive,
academy
like,
schools,
tutoring and studying.
tutoring
Yep, I get
schools
it, I
where I
get it.
can actually learn. And at that time, I used to smoke weed. So I used to be high, and I really wasn't interested in math. I wanted to be a rapper from Atlanta.
Okay.
And I was like, I'm going to be a rapper. Math not going to matter unless I'm counting money.
Look, man, that rapper dream, bro. I'm telling you. It'll
Yeah.
snag people up, man.
Yeah, so I
Because people be
saw
so
it.
passionate about
People are passionate
it. You
about
know,
it.
and they don't have their plan B. They
It's
just
therapeutic.
Yeah,
I wanted
that-
to be a counselor, and I said the only way I can counsel these young ladies here in Atlanta from a certain walk of life was through music.
Okay.
And I started painting faces instead of doing tattoos and drawing pictures in the museum. I wanted to paint faces, different color women, and put on eyelashes and eyebrows, kind of like what I have on my face now.
I get it.
I did that. I made a lot of money. I made $14,000 in the mall. I made $3,000 a week.
How often? A month?
Weekly.
Well, you're saying 3,000
a
weekly?
yearly. No. I made that in a year.
What the?
14,000 in a year.
Okay, but
the lady that I work for, I made her business $14,000.
Okay, and you say in a year?
In 1 year.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, and so all right,
My
so
sales were commissions.
So real quick, so
Yes.
okay, so we talked a lot about the stuff you had going on, right?
Sure.
The situation with your neighbor, getting kicked out of mom-in-law's house, just different things,
kicked
right?
out of my biological mother's
Right,
house,
biological mom's house. Where's your part? I need to hear. I need to
Okay.
hear the other side. If I ask them, tell me about those situations, what would they tell me? Especially that you're not telling me.
They would probably say she's crazy.
Okay.
I go to this 10th Park Place mental health clinic right here. I do take meds.
Has there been like an official diagnosis?
It's an official diagnosis. It's
Okay.
bipolar.
Okay.
2.7.
Okay.
It's schizophrenia. I could recover from that. So it's now schizoaffective disorder.
Okay.
Anxiety and depression. And a lot of people can't deal with my diagnosis when I start having symptoms.
Okay, so that's what's going on.
That's what's going on.
Okay,
And
so
through my diagnosis, I was prescribed HUD McKinney, which is Section 8.
okay,
And that's where Family First got me the apartment through Gateway, where
Okay.
I was able to have my own home and manage my symptoms so I don't have to be around other people.
and so are you able to get back in that program again?
Actually, thanks to the Lord, this year, I actually went down there and they reopened my waiting list and put me back on the waiting list. So I go
Oh,
down
wow.
there on follow-ups on Wednesday, so I'm going this Wednesday for a follow-up for my house.
Okay.
And I pray to the Lord that I do get something.
Yeah, I'm doing that. I keep on pressing stop by accident. All right. So, yeah, we definitely wish you the best when it comes to that. As far as your 5-year-old goes, is it a he?
It's a he. He's with my oldest sister, Nicole.
Okay, so that's who he
She
lives
also
with?
lived in the same apartment complex as me. So once the fight broke out and was over with, my sister came running up on the premises. What happened? What happened? And so the police officer was hauling me off to the cops, to the jail. And my son was there with me. And my sister took my son into her custody.
Okay. And
So they came up to the jail and it was like, hey, defects. We want to know what's going on because your son is left at home alone, pretty much. And we want to know who can watch him while you're doing these 6 months in jail.
Right.
So my sister took him in.
Okay. And so...
And she's still taking care of him now until I get up on my feet.
Okay. How often do you, get to see him or whatever like that?
Whenever I want.
Okay. How often does that end up being?
Whenever I want. Like if I want to see him now, I can go see him. He goes to school. So when he get out of school at 3:30.
Okay.
2:30.
Okay. All right. Well, and so you're on the waiting list.
I'm on the waiting list.
And so what are we doing to prevent the situations that happen from happening again?
Well, I'm never going to go ask those people for housing anymore. I'm not going to go live under their roof anymore because I know they can't deal with me no more than I can deal with them.
Those people meaning who?
My mother-in-law, my baby daddy mama,
okay,
my baby
that
daddy.
type of stuff. Right.
He don't want me no more. We're not together. So that
Do you want him?
I wanted to marry him and be with him and have all my kids by him. He said he's not going to have no more kids by my crazy self.
Okay.
And,
the last kid is by who? Somebody different?
By somebody different. Some guy named Antoine from Detroit, Michigan. We were together for 4 to 5, 7 years.
And is he active and
Since
present
2017. He's active
in
and
your son's
present.
life?
Yeah,
Okay.
he is. But I haven't seen him in probably about a year or 2 now.
Okay.
I heard he was in another relationship, not married, but yeah. He just asked about me probably 3 weeks ago. He was on a train and somebody came down here and said, hey, he said, where my girl at? They she's not your girl anymore. So, yeah.
You better do something. Like you say, it's tough out here by yourself,
It is tough out here. It's tough out here.
All right, well, listen, miss, on that note, if anybody out there wanted to reach out, help, or donate, do you have a way that they could do that? Do you have social media, Cash App, anything like that?
I do.
Okay, what you got?
I have a Cash App.
What's your Cash App?
Mustard sauce.
How do you spell it?
MUSTARDSAUC with no E on the end.
Okay, all right. Well, listen, like I say, we really appreciate you.
Thank you.
And we definitely wish you nothing but the best, okay?
Thank you. Yes,
Make
sir.
sure you have a good one, sweetie.
Yes, sir. Thank you
All
so much.
right.